Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. What's going on, everybody? My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I am your friendly neighborhood finance professor, and I want to welcome you guys to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. The stock market has been doing amazing things. Today is a great day for the stock market. Hallelujah, in the words of Medea. A lot of money is being made. The Dow right now, based on my latest estimate, has shot through the roof. I'm looking here. I'm looking at my phone, and basically it says cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. So a lot of you are making money today. If you are an investor and you made money this morning in the stock market, if you rolled out on the right side of the bed, just say something in the chat. Let me know. What I'm reading here on CNBC is that the Dow's up about 671 points, which is awesome. That is officially a rally. Right now, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is at 31,602. Now, mind you, there was a time where people thought that 10,000 was too high. When the Dow hit 10,000, I don't know if y'all know this, but literally when the Dow Jones Industrial Average hit 10,000, people said the stock market's too high. The stock market can't go any higher. Oh my God, 10,000. That's ridiculous. That's insane. Now we're at 31,000. And that pretty much tells you that perspective is everything when it comes to investing. And people who don't have perspective don't become very good investors. So Beverly Howard made some money. I see you in there, Clyde Lawrence. Good to see you. So let's kind of break some of this down and let's figure out what's going on. And I'm going to explain some of this to you. If you could take 1 second, hit the thumbs up button, share, subscribe button on the Black Financial Channel. We're building Black media and we are building Black intelligent media. So we could really use your support. So let's get started. I'm going to pull up some files and we're going to get started right now. All right. So here's the deal. All right. So basically right now what we have is we have a situation where inflation, the word for today has been inflation. And everybody type inflation in the chat. Inflation is your enemy right now. That is the big thing that you have to be careful about when it comes to the stock market. The reason that you lost so much money last week, or you felt like you lost money, you really didn't lose money. If you didn't sell, you didn't really lose anything. It was what they call an unrealized loss. Unrealized losses is when you think you lost something, but really you didn't. You know, I don't know, maybe how LeBron James feels when he doesn't win the NBA finals and he feels like he lost something when really you still get to be LeBron James. I mean, you're still LeBron James. You just didn't win the finals that year. So you think you lost, but you didn't lose. You lost, but you really didn't lose because you probably had gained so much that you just lost a little bit of what you had gained, which means you think you lost something, right? So that's different from a real loss. Everything's relative. But basically, the stocks that got hammered the most last week were the tech stocks. And the reason the tech stocks got hit the hardest is because when inflation started to creep in, what they call inflationary expectations, you started getting to the point where bond yields started going up because bond prices were going down. People were selling bonds. When bond prices go down, bond yields go up. Bond yields tend to go up when there are inflationary expectations because higher inflation means that the interest that you will receive on your bonds isn't going to have as much value. So the bond prices start dropping, but also stock prices start dropping because when you expect inflation, then corporate earnings may have remained stable, but the value of that dollar in the future is going to be lower than what you thought it was going to be. Either way, inflation is just kind of a bad thing. Kind of. Not totally bad, though. Not totally bad. I mean, you need a little bit of inflation because, you know, when you have a recession, you're worried about deflation. You're worried about wages, dropping, and you're worried about all kinds of terrible prices dropping. You're worried about your economy kind of going flat. So maybe think about inflation like filling up a tire on your bike, where you want your bike to have a certain amount of air in it, but you don't want too much air or that sucker's going to pop. You get what I'm saying? Give me a yes if you get what I'm saying. That's why people hate inflation. Now, let me do me a favor. By the way, I want to tell you guys, pretty soon this week, the Black Business School is hosting something for people that want to learn how to make money from your brain. Excuse me, for people that want to learn money, whether you're a speaker, a coach, consultant, or you want to teach an online class. And it's actually free. The price is $2.99, but you can actually get them for free if you're one of the first 100 people to sign up. And it's called Black Experts Weekend. And so if you go to Black Experts Weekend, which happens March the 6th, Black Experts Weekend is where Al Duncan and Lawrence Watkins, my brother, and who runs Great Black Speakers, and I will also join these two brothers because they're both very, very smart. Al has made millions and millions of dollars as a speaker. So Al is the guy to talk to if you ever want to make money as a speaker, if you ever want to make money teaching a class, if you are a coach or a consultant. Alicia is a coach. Her website is coachingwithdralicia.com. So there are lots of opportunities out there. There are people that teach online classes, and they do well with that. So if that's your thing and you want to come to an event, it's totally free. The Black Business School's hosting it. It's blackexpertsweekend.com. If the URL doesn't work directly, just put www in the front, and that should take you there. So I want to make sure I tell you guys about that. So moving on, hit the thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button, please. So basically, tech stocks have got a big boost this morning. A lot of stocks though got boosted, but the tech stocks the most because the tech stocks took the biggest hammering last week. There were some companies that got body slammed. Some companies I've talked to you guys about, like Workhorse. Workhorse got body slammed because Workhorse was supposed to get the USPS contract, and everybody was pricing that in as if they were going to get it, and they didn't get it. Workhorse was in the stock market version of what the Kansas City Chiefs were when they showed up to play against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Like, I hit my friend up. She lives in Kansas City, and I said, gosh, I'm so sorry about your Chiefs. And she said, yeah, I was so shocked that Patrick Mahomes wasn't able to pull off his magic because I expected something different, right? So ultimately, the Workhorse was kind of what the Chiefs were. Workhorse stock had been going up and up and up, and we've been talking about Workhorse for a while. Now, I told you guys I bought Workhorse because I wanted to sell the options. So I was making money on Workhorse the whole time, selling the options. I wasn't really trying to speculate too much, but it got deflated. It got body slammed because this USPS contract didn't go through. And tech stocks got hit hard too. But a lot of other tech companies got hit. I mean, there's very few tech companies that, especially the high growth tech companies, that didn't get hit last week. And that's because, according to the mathematical formulas that define what a stock price is going to be, when inflation goes up, stock prices go down. So that's pretty much what you were seeing last week. You were kind of seeing a little bit of a bloodbath because of this thing called inflationary expectations. Now, let me conclude on this by giving you a warning. Remember when Ice Cube made that song No Vaseline? And in the beginning, he said, they had the part that said, I can't deal with that, Ice Cube. Ah! And then he said something like, oh, it ain't over, bubba. I'm not going to cuss today because my cussing. Y'all know something he said. He said, it ain't over, right? Well, I'm here to tell you that. How about little suckers? Instead of saying MFers, we're going to say little suckers. He said, it ain't over, little suckers. Well, today, I'm going to tell you, it ain't over, little suckers. Inflation is still on the horizon. I cannot imagine that we don't have inflationary pressure as a result of some of the moves that are happening right now. This week, you could see some beat down on your stocks, mainly from two key things that are happening this week. One, the Fed, several members of the Fed are going to be speaking this week, and people are going to be listening very closely. And they're going to be listening to figure out what is Jerome Powell, who's the chairman of the Fed, and all of his buddies, what are they going to do in response to these inflationary expectations? If they get any inclination that Jerome Powell is going to continue that policy of kind of acting like inflation is not a big deal, then you could see your stocks get hit again toward the end of the week. Two, there's a jobs report coming out. When the jobs report is released, it's kind of weird. It's kind of hard to imagine this, but if there are too many jobs being created, if the economy is kicking a little too much butt, you're going to see your stock prices get hit. Why? Well, because part of the reason for inflation is when you have an overheated economy. We talked about this yesterday. Remember, I told you guys about that yesterday. I said, don't be surprised if your stocks pop tomorrow. Like, I can't imagine. Again, you never know these things perfectly. It's like basketball. When Michael Jordan takes a 10-foot jumper and he says, oh, that's a good shot because I arced my elbow the right way and I got my lift off the ground. It doesn't mean it's guaranteed to go in. It just means it felt good when it left his hand. Right. Well, that shot felt good when it left my hand. I said, I think this is going to be, a nice little week for stocks. I think that the week is going to start off special, and the shot felt good leaving my hand. That's why if you go back yesterday and listen to the video that I shared with you yesterday, I told you that I fully expected everything to happen the way it's happening right now. because of these things I studied when I wrote my dissertation called weekly reversals. I mentioned that to you. I wrote about that in my dissertation at Ohio State, that the stock market on average, when you have a bad week, you tend to have a positive week. On top of that, you had the members of Congress finally, after a year of letting Americans starve to death, or 8 months, whatever, they finally passed a stimulus package. Good for America, good for them. The problem is that you're getting to the point where you may have too much of a good thing. It's like when the baby's sick and you keep pumping the baby full of vitamins and medicine and you keep giving the baby cough syrup. Well, there's a point where the baby's like, Mama, I'm okay. Like, stop giving me medicine. You're going to make the baby sick if you keep giving the baby medicine. So, three things that could cause the economy to overheat. One is that big, fat, chunky stimulus package. I'm glad the money's going out because I think that there should be some economic relief for people that are struggling. It ain't good. It ain't going to be good for inflation, but that's fine. I think it's the good outweighs the bad. Two, there's a lot of pent up demand. A lot of you are, give me a yes in the chat if you are looking forward to living a regular life once the pandemic is over. Give me a yes in the chat if you're looking forward to going out to dinner. Maybe you had a cruise that you had to put on hold. Maybe you wanted to go see your grandmama and you couldn't do it for a year, and you want to go see your granny before she expires, because grannies do, they don't last forever, right? Like, how many of you have been like waiting to live, waiting to do things, right? Waiting to get out the damn house, man. I tell you, some days I'm like, I can't do this. This is crazy. Alicia, I love you, baby, but if I see you and these kids one more time today, I'm gonna go crazy. I got to get out the house, right? But then all you can do is you can go in the backyard or something. You can't go like out to dinner or whatever, right? So people, that's what you call pent up demand. Right now, there is a lot of pent up demand. A lot of people are waiting to get out and spend money. Well, that pent up demand is going to push prices up. That's inflation, folks. That's what inflation is. Third piece is that vaccine. Once the vaccine's out there, then not only are people going to be able to express the pent up demand, but you got the stimulus that's adding extra momentum, and the vaccine is adding extra security. So the two things you need in order to create ambition and motivation in a person in action is a desire to do something and security and comfort in doing so, right? It's almost like somebody saying, you know what, you can have all the sex you want and there are no more STDs, right? And you can choose, you can have sex with whoever you want, wherever you want, whenever you want, and it's completely safe and legal, right? Well, then people will probably be going out there getting their freak on, right? So right now you're in a situation where people have told you that it's safe and it's legal and it's okay for you to go out and spend money, and they're giving you money to spend. Well, that's going to create that inflationary pressure, which unfortunately can be too much of a good thing. That's going to probably hit some of your tech stocks. So what does that mean? Well, that means that a lot of the economy is shifting. A lot of the smart money is going toward the recovery stocks. There are companies that will benefit. Remember, I told you the thing about investing is that there's always a bull market somewhere in the market, in the economy. There's always a place where money is being printed. And there are some places where they were awesome for that time. It's like dating, like sometimes people have a reason and a season to be in your life, right? Like, yeah, I really liked you when I was 25 years old, but now I'm not 25 no more. So you don't fit my life anymore. Right. So the same thing is true with stocks. There were stocks that were what they call stay-at-home stocks, Zoom, Microsoft, like some of these companies that just benefited tremendously because like I got my Twitch channel now, Twitch, Dr. Boyce Watkins. If you want to follow me on Twitch, I'll be on Twitch later on today. And actually I do stock market talks every day on Twitch. So feel free to follow me on my Twitch channel. And we also play Call of Duty with, I play with my daughter and my son that's our way of that's our family thing. But I figure I share it with everybody. And we talk about stocks while we're doing that. So it's really a sneaky way to talk to them about cool stuff while we're also playing video games and blowing people's heads off. But anyway, the thing is gaming blew up because people were stuck at home. Well, people aren't going to be stuck at home forever. So those stay-at-home plays are not as appealing anymore as the recovery plays. So the recovery plays consist of the airlines, casinos, cruise ships, things like that, restaurants, so all that stuff. So that's what's going on. That's why I say beware. Some of these tech stocks that you love that have made you a killing, may not continue to make you a killing in the future. So that means you might want to either sell the options, or you may want to buy some puts, or you may want to get out of the stock. It's totally up to you in terms of how you want to handle that. I'm not going to tell you what to do on that. I'll just say that this is what I'm seeing on the horizon. Okay. So some of you are asking about stock options. In case you want to know, I do have an options masterclass. So feel free to go to stockoptionsmasterclass.com, where I break all that down and kind of show you what I do with options and how to look at options, because a lot of people look at options in terms of just buying them. Actually, with options, you can sell them. You can calibrate your risk. You can set up specific strategies to ensure that you're making your money in a specific way. So feel free to go to stockoptionsmasterclass.com. I would put that URL on the screen, but I don't have it in front of me. All right, guys. So I got to go. I will be tomorrow. If you're in the Black Business School, I will be doing a Q&A with the students tomorrow at I think, I don't remember what time it is. If you're in the Black Stock Market Program, you'll know. So feel free to go to the blackstockmarketprogram.com. The Q&A, let me see here. I will be doing the options or the Q&A for students tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. So at 11 a.m. Eastern, for those of you that are in the Black Business School, just chime in, and I will be doing the Q&A, and you guys will see me there. Those of you who are not yet in the Black Business School or in the Black Stock Market Program, I'll share a URL where you can feel free to go and jump in, and you can send me questions every week, and I answer questions specifically, and I create specific videos for each specific student to answer their specific questions. So there's the URL on the screen, the blackstockmarketprogram.com. Feel free to go take a look. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I hope you guys have a good day. Like I said, I'll be on Twitch a little bit later. My Twitch is Dr. Boyce Watkins. That's my clubhouse also, and I will be we'll be playing Call of Duty and talking about the stock market a little bit later as well. So feel free to join us. All right, I'm out of here. Have a good day. Hit the thumbs up button. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.